All right, well, moving on, it looks like Jay-Z might have some explaining to do, y'all. Check this out. So apparently a 28-year-old Maryland woman by the name of Letitia Macer is claiming to be Hov's, check this out, y'all, long-lost daughter. Wow. Now, Letitia claims that she's been told her entire life by her family that Jay-Z is her biological father and that Jay-Z and her mom used to hook up in the 90s.
50 Cent shook the world with a bombshell revelation, claiming Jay-Z has a hidden love daughter. The news hit like lightning on a clear day, sudden, blinding, and impossible to overlook, sending shockwaves through the hip-hop world, an industry already fueled by scandals and rivalries, as one of its loudest voices dropped a secret too big to ignore.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
Wow. You're gonna let him say that?
He had one. Exactly. He had one.
And he ain't show up.
He had like 20 now.
Oh, Lord.
He had like 18 since he been down. He had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was at the same time. He got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things to cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the
Don't
music.
run
Jay got it for
Oh,
the
no, I'm saying shit you didn't see.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, he's like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you niggas this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation prayer. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, I feel like I'm normal again. Get me out of here.
Oh wow! So that's the deal he signed, huh?
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Oh, yeah, before I forget this, we talked about Jay. His proximity to Diddy. You don't think he knew anything? He's seemingly around Diddy.
I don't know. That was a real suburb question.
I know, right?
Proximity. And the proximity.
Proximity. That's an SAT hit parade word. I learned that.
Do you think he fucking knew all of the shit that was going on? Yeah, that was like a...
I don't want to incriminate myself.
I know, but the way he said it,
Like I said,
no matter how you answer that shit, you snitching.
yeah, exactly.
That was a nice kind of
You asked the question like a
Yeah,
fan.
he said,
Hey, I grew up with white people, but the one thing I know is how to get a black guy in trouble.
You know what I mean?
Yo, just give him the Happy Meal before you ask him to snitch, bro.
he said, damn, it wasn't even drinking.
Speaking of, how the hell you pronounce
Lechemin-Dewa.
Okay.
It's the King's Path.
King's Path.
Because I know Branson.
Yeah.
That's the one I pronounce.
That's the Branson lifestyle. You're gonna be outside.
Smith, you're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way? Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up?
I don't got that shit in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
I took
I
took a pill. But it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drink. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? This is, yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, you said it's the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. Well, I don't know why it's so hard for people
So
to just
for people to
acknowledge
feel
weird
like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy.
50 Cent dragged one of hip-hop's most guarded figures, Jay-Z, into the harshest spotlight with a revelation that went far beyond a feud or a lyrical jab. This was a bombshell aimed at the very core of Jay-Z's carefully protected private life, threatening his legacy, his marriage, and his empire. The moment the words left 50 Cent's mouth, the industry atmosphere shifted. This wasn't fleeting gossip, but a revelation with weight, depth, and consequences too heavy to be silenced by PR spin. His claim that Jay-Z had a hidden love daughter kept away from the public eye and erased from the narrative he built sent shockwaves across the music world, and within minutes, social media erupted in chaos.
But take a look at this clip she posted on IG detailing the relationship. Check this out.
My name is Letitia Macer from Cambridge, Maryland. My mom, her name is Lisa Macer. She has multiple sclerosis. I've been hearing that Jay-Z was my father all my life. There's no way that he can deny anything. I was going to leave it alone. They brought me one of those ancestry tests. I want to leave. I get some type of answers. He knows that I exist.
Wow, I don't.
She kind of looks like Jay-Z.
They do look alike.
But y'all don't think this child know who her dad is. This girl know who her dad is, and Jay-Z knows that he may be her daddy, but Beyonce threatened his life not to let nobody know that he got an outside child beside little Blue Ivy. I mean, of course, he gonna sit there and shut up, but I feel sorry for her, honey. She's like a love child.
Do you guys think she has a case, or is she clout chasing?
I mean, on the strength of that nose alone, Maury would be like, you are the father, just on the nose. But at the end of the day,
There's not going to be any dancing, yeah.
yeah, I mean, don't chase nobody who don't want to be caught. If people don't want to claim you, you know what? That's their loss. She might be a great human being, and they just won't have the opportunity to, to really interact with her. But don't make this be, what you obsess about your whole life. Go out there and be great later for them.
Well, I'm freaking out because I didn't know that you could find out who your dad was with 23andMe
Oh,
or
yeah.
genealogy.
Oh,
Hell,
yeah.
I could be Letitia's
They
dad.
make, they make the connection, Frank. They make the
Frank like him and around the way girl with bamboo earrings.
You feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what is
So
that?
they think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
So by you, you're good, bro. You're fucking good.
Yeah.
He's
Think about it.
protecting hip hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and
Then-
make them the weirdos, then they're gonna think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip-hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
Shut up. He's in trouble. We live in New York, bro.
No.
We live here.
No,
Just
free
saying.
Jay-Z.
I'm just saying,
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. We can all see.
You are crazy. That was the craziest thing. I literally,
What's
bro,
the
I
line here, Rock Nation? I gotta send her that.
You don't feel like that happened the same day, bro. What's the day came out the day before? The
Bro,
next day
I
was
was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran. I got my daughter in my arm. I'm scrolling. Right? I see somebody screenshot your shit. And it's Jay and the whole family at the Foster Fair. And then the comment is 50 Cent. Jay said, they said I the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look. Like angling yourself as
A family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
That
bro.
was planned already.
They had to go to the
bro.
premiere.
And I realized that later, but I'm just saying too. I haven't seen him in a long time. That's all I'm saying. When I hadn't seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa, I said, "Whoa." That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is at my phone? This is my phone. This is happening in real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no,
Rappers, listen, comedians and
Why do
rappers,
people-
bro.
why
That's
do-
Fans around the world erupted with demands for answers as hashtags trended, videos spread, and every corner of the internet echoed the same burning question. Is it true? Did Jay-Z, a man known as a devoted husband and father, really hide an entire daughter from the world? The shockwaves were seismic, dominating timelines, blogs, and headlines at a volume no denial could silence. What made it even more explosive was 50 Cent's delivery, unflinching, unapologetic, and deliberate. He spoke without hesitation or innuendo, dropping the claim with such certainty and conviction that people couldn't help but stop, listen, and question everything they thought they knew about Jay-Z.
It was the whole goddamn thing up, and I knew they had everybody wagging the dog and working media. I watched that little black girl that works for TMZ going back and forth to people like Armand Wiggins and all of the other content creators that were there. Now, a lot more got there after I left. Oh my God. I guess after I got there and I sat there with the press corps and said everything that I needed to say before we found out that they would not be using testimony from Al B. Shore and Natanya Rubin and a couple other key witnesses that probably should have been able to speak and give character witness representation of exactly how dangerous a monster this person is. But they were excluded because they did media before the trial. Isn't that convenient? Isn't that convenient? Interesting. So yeah, watching TMZ work this thing, watching all of the YouTubers work this thing, all of those, like most of the commotion that y'all saw happen there, it was all staged, it was all orchestrated. They did the same thing, they tried it with me on my first day there. When I was there and everyone saw me and I was on the news and all of that, TMZ sent that little weirdo to come try to ambush me during my interview with international press. Sure did. See, first he walked up while I was interviewing with other people, trying to insert his way in, trying to talk to me. And, you know, he was shut down by my management and by my security. No, she's busy. She's in the middle of another. And he sat there. And then he waited to reintroduce himself when I was talking to someone else. And then I did speak to him for a second and I gave him his little couple minutes and pieced him. And we good. Now, of course, he didn't appear until after I refused to talk to TMZ twice. They wanted a soundbite from me so bad, and I told them to go f*** off. If I wanted a remix, I'd go to a real producer. Because I had no doubt that whatever I told them, they would find some way to remix. And I said that to all of their faces. Well, nobody playing with Harvey Leviathan and his merry band of liars. Isn't that interesting? It's so funny. Everybody talks about, oh, she just clout chasing. Then why didn't I go and give me a moment with TMZ? They offered it to me on more than one occasion, and I told them to go off each time. So instead, they send their little black infiltrator. You know, they got so many weirdo black crash test dummies that work for that company. I don't understand. I really don't. And considering it was June and the Juneteenth and all of these black traders, it's just it's so funny. So, you know, they do, but they sent it back.
You know, TMZ, they went live on the day of the jury reading, and Harvey himself, he seemed very surprised that the RICO charges did not stick.
He seemed surprised. You know how surprised he looked as surprised as Beyonce did when she was.
Behind the scenes, whispers spread that this wasn't the first time such rumors had surfaced. For years, quiet murmurs about a child Jay-Z fathered before his empire with Beyonce circulated in studios and boardrooms, but were buried under his influence, silenced by lawyers, and erased from the narrative he controlled. Now, with 50 Cent tearing the lid off, those long-buried stories resurfaced, old articles reappeared, forgotten interviews were revisited, and people began connecting dots between Jay-Z's past relationships and a timeline that suddenly seemed less airtight. The puzzle started to reveal an image many had long suspected but never dared to voice, and now it was exposed for the world to see. For a man known for his calculated, measured control, reports claim Jay-Z erupted in private, furious, and blindsided, while his team scrambled overtime to contain the fallout.
That country album of the year, everybody knew they bought that shit. He looked about as genuine as she did when she won that award.
Now you mentioned
Shout
Armand.
out to Atlanta PD. I hope you find the people that robbed her.
Oh, we're gonna circle back to that. Hold
No,
that
we
thought.
ain't got to circle back. That's all I got to say about it. I hope you find the people that robbed her.
Jaguar, do you have any inside knowledge of who robbed Beyonce?
Oh, and wouldn't care to know. I don't care.
Yeah, no, they got
robbed something that was more valuable, so that they could get some insurance money, since they're having problems getting loans these days.
no to have some unreleased Beyonce music is. I mean, that's you're sitting on some gold there.
I don't know if you're sitting on gold or not. I don't know what it is. I can tell you whatever stole it from her. Good for you, because she already stole it from somebody else. I mean, she steal all her records, and everybody know that. So I don't know. Is it robbery, or is it just unlucky Monday?
It tells me that Atlanta is a grimy place.
No, what it says is that people are desperate and willing to do anything to get a headline that detracts from the fact that man, that her husband, who has been denying is his child for many years, is about to finally get that DNA result that everybody has been so desperately waiting for.
I mean, if it is,
I think they would do anything to slow that headline down. But then again, the only thing that headline slowed down was the headline that I was working on about Demore Hadley and her husband, Javon Hadley, who are victims of Rock Nation. I did a whole 4-part series about it. We still haven't even released part 4 yet. Want to know why? They came after 2 of our channels and took them down, but it's still up on my main channel. Copyright strikes that they don't even know, but they made sure Desiree Perez's name was on it. I'll be getting around to you, Miss Gatz. Don't you, Laura Gatz? We'll be getting around to you. You and Dr. Bober. You know, it's really interesting how people don't want to see and believe that these people will do anything to avoid a RICO case, because a RICO case is the only thing that the federal government can't turn away from. You know, let's just say allegedly, all of these people are exactly what I've said they are all along. Government informants who have turned hip-hop into a new plantation where they get to break down and bust down on all kinds of young black people and be able to send them to jail or threaten to get them to do whatever they want them to. Just say I'm right about all of that. A RICO is the only thing that the government could not ignore. They'd have to haul all their little favorite snitches in, and set up queens in, and set up kings in. And then they have to find new people. Isn't that interesting?
You know, and Jag, you spoke on, you know, the Love Child, Ramir, Jay-Z, you know, he's come out and said, like, you know, this is just long-term harassment, man.
Jay-Z's team scrambled with denials, drafted statements, and tried to redirect headlines. But no matter how many words they put out, the damage was already done. The world had heard it, and there was no one hearing it. Beyoncé's silence only intensified the storm, as fans dissected her every lyric, gesture, and appearance for hidden meaning, wondering if she would stand by Jay-Z, break her silence, or let this revelation shatter the carefully crafted image of music's most powerful couple. The quiet was deafening, and in that void, speculation grew louder. For 50 Cent, though, this wasn't just about exposing a rival, it was about control. Thriving in chaos, he mocked, doubled down, and reveled in the spotlight as the industry unraveled around his bombshell.
This thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful.
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees. It's like all of this just by accident. Just by accident. It's just a coincidence that this man looks like he could be your Irish twin. Are you kidding me? I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Crokin. I was there, I was present. I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor. A minor. When she got pregnant with Ramir. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York across state lines to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Ramir was born. She was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Ramir, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist and whatever. You know, to be a billionaire that can't get a loan is one thing.
50 Cent once again positioned himself as a voice unafraid to say what others only whispered, cutting through the silence with brutal honesty and forcing Jay-Z into the position he despises most, vulnerable, exposed, and unable to control the narrative. This revelation doesn't just threaten his marriage or personal image. It shakes a foundation of the empire the Carters have built, a brand rooted in power, love, and family unity. The mere suggestion of a hidden daughter introduces a crack in the flawless image they projected for years, and in an industry where perception is everything, even a single crack can shatter it all. Fans remain divided, some dismissing the claim as just another round of 50 Cent's trolling, while others see too much smoke to ignore the possibility of fire.
Ramir Satterwhite, Wanda's son. She had it when she was 16. It takes 40 weeks to cook a baby. That means she was 15 when she got pregnant. Age of consent in Pennsylvania is 17. Was then, is now. And she was taken across state lines from Pennsylvania to an apartment in New York. Oops.
Oh, the detail.
That's how Ramir Satterwhite made it into this world. Take the test, nigga. That's fine. We'll give you don't know Diddy. Take the test. You've been ducking this boy's DNA for all his life. Take the test. Do something. You've been dead beating it your whole life. Meanwhile, your daughter's looking more like somebody you used to be with than somebody you married to.
Into bad faith. And from there, Busby goes war on the attack. He writes, moreover, outside of the courtroom, Mr. Carter has employed tactics of intimidation and harassment, even more extreme, tortious, and quite possibly illegal. My firm recently filed a lawsuit in Harris County, Texas, that details how Mr. Carter's company, Rock Nation, and his counsel have bribed my clients to file lawsuits against my firm, threatened former clients, impersonated state officials, and engaged in other behavior far beyond the pale of acceptable conduct. Their tactics won't work, and they will be addressed in more detail in connection with the plaintiff's briefing on plaintiff's anonymity. So they haven't decided that issue about whether or not Jane Doe will have to remain anonymous. That's going to continue to be argued. But what he's alleging here, and what this is in relation to, is something that we talked about on a previous sidebar. How Busby's firm did file a lawsuit claiming that Rock Nation paid people to impersonate officials, use fake badges, offer money to people who agreed, essentially the argument is, to file lawsuits against Busby's law firm. For example, the lawsuit states one such target of defendant's solicitation was plaintiff Gerardo Garcia. He was injured in a Jones Act lawsuit and hired the Busby law firm to represent him. His case was settled in 2020. He was happy with the resolution of his case and had no complaints with the Busby law firm. Nearly 5 years later, after his case had been resolved, not seeking to hire a lawyer or file a lawsuit, Mr. Garcia was contacted out of the blue by 2 investigators. This contact was an illegal solicitation and was made on behalf of and as part of a conspiracy involving defendants. According to Garcia, 2 investigators came to his home and flashed some sort of badge at him, stating that they were from the state. They asked him about his 2020 settlement, wanting to know if he was happy with the result and asking to see the paperwork. They allegedly said they could get him in touch with a private lawyer who could sue the Busby firm and get him a lot of money. So again, that's what he's referencing in his letter. And going back to this letter from Tony Busby, he writes to the court, like Mr. Combs, Mr. Carter is rich, famous, and powerful. Mr. Carter will exert all the pressure he can to intimidate and harass plaintiff, me, or anyone else. The chilling effect of these efforts is substantial, as is the potential chilling effect of a Rule 11 motion being brought in these circumstances. And finally, he also addresses in this letter one more thing. He addresses Jay-Z's legal team's claim that Tony Busby is not licensed to practice law in this New York court, and that he never sought admission, and that he neither sought admission to practice on a temporary basis for the case. We call that pro hoc vice.
Fans pointed to resurfaced stories, suspicious silences, and inconsistencies in Jay-Z's carefully crafted past, demanding answers, transparency, and above all, the truth. The media pounced, with outlets from major networks to underground blogs dissecting the claim, chasing leads, and digging into Jay-Z's history in search of the alleged daughter's identity, while the court of public opinion demanded proof and accountability. Industry insiders admitted whispers of this rumor had lingered for years, though none dared expose a man of Jay-Z's power, until 50 Cent, fearless as ever, dropped the bomb without hesitation. As the story spread, old relationships, buried encounters, and long-forgotten interviews resurfaced, transforming speculation into a puzzle that fans and tabloids eagerly pieced together. Jay-Z, typically composed and calculated, was said to have erupted in fury behind the scenes, blindsided by the timing of 50 Cent's revelation, while his team scrambled with denials and statements to silence the uproar. But by then, the genie was already out of the bottle.
They'll just throw out the fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. So you had to have something. Look, if you already interacted with the person, right, and you hadn't had a bad experience, it would take more for them to say some of the shit that you see these people say. Right? Like, you go, what made you, even when we part ways, and because a lot of times when we interact with people, they're not just having fun for tonight. They think we're bleeding into this hardcore relationship that may not materialize. Right? So I see what you're saying, where they can look and go, well, look, you met the girl in 2003. You hung out with her. You had a good time after the show with 30 girls there. You just went and y'all hung out, right? And y'all just part ways. Right? So there's no negative things between it. But she can look up at the TV now, and you've been a success since then. Feel like that's my life. I was supposed to be there. And be upset with you and say something. But will it have any merit to it?
If I gotta keep
that
it real,
woman hasn't been
you ain't always have the most amicable breakups. Do you remember where I think it's your baby moms, where it's like she was kind of speaking out, and then all of a sudden the house just got burnt down.
Yeah, but it happens. Left eye.
See,
He burned the house down.
This nigga is crazy.
No, my God, he goes, wow. So I know how you feel about me now. No. He's going. He's great. So he saw me like the man. I want my block back. He goes, I have faith in our just justice.
I'm a
I
civilian
believe
now.
there would be consequences to listen to those behaviors and actions that this brother is talking about.
Oh my goodness, man.
Why is that a part of his thought process today while we're here having a good time? Look, you do have people that really, look, when you break up with them, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
So they'll say things and you go, yeah, but it doesn't hold merit. It doesn't have any, no real.
Yeah, of course.
connection
After all
to
this
it.
years,
That's
and
like,
you don't see nothing.
yeah, like the girl that's just upset with you. She's just angry with you. She
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
and you go,
I thought the smartest thing Jay said in the statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges. He said, pull up.
But I don't think that was.
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is.
There is no criminal. So it's a.
So making a
it's
statement
pump
is to
fake.
make people feel like.
But apparently, if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal? He knows because he's fed.
He used to be a cop.
So
you turned him into a cop. He used to sell drugs and then he became a police officer. Did you know that?
You say, how to run?
He's a glorified security
But
guard.
you know what he would do? When they would arrest G-Unit guys, he would be like, yes. And he was in the court.
Every time.
I was actually a cool one. I'll give you this extra fucking cheap.
The world had heard the revelation, and there was no one hearing it. As 50 Cent reveled in the chaos, mocking, posting, and doubling down, it became clear this wasn't just about exposing a rival, but about dominating the conversation and reminding everyone that no secret is safe when he decides to speak. For Jay-Z, the question is no longer whether he can deny it, but whether he can survive it. His carefully polished image as a family man, devoted husband to Beyoncé, and father to Blue Ivy, Rumi, and so is now under intense scrutiny, with the possibility of a hidden daughter throwing his marriage, legacy, and empire into turmoil. Beyoncé's silence only fuels speculation, with fans dissecting her every move, lyric, and appearance, wondering if she will stand by him, break her silence, or let this be the secret that finally cracks music's most powerful couple. Even if the story proves false, the seed of doubt is already planted, leaving Jay-Z's once untouchable reputation shaken. And with 50 Cent hammering away, the storm shows no sign of easing. What makes this moment especially explosive is that it comes at a time when Jay-Z seemed invincible, having survived infidelity scandals and business controversies with his empire intact. But this is different. This isn't about money or deals. It's about family, blood, and legacy. A hidden daughter represents a life concealed in the shadows, a truth no empire can ignore. As the world watches, Jay-Z's next move will define his legacy. Will he deny and fight, acknowledge and control the damage, or remain silent behind his fortress? Whatever he chooses, the revelation is out there, irreversible and unforgettable. 50 Cent, ever the disruptor, has dragged the whispers into the light, leaving the world stunned, Jay-Z reeling, and the industry scrambling to grasp its meaning. Proving once again that in hip-hop, no secret is safe, no one is untouchable, and the fallout will only grow until the truth about Jay-Z's alleged hidden daughter is finally revealed.